Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're making a custom monster for my campaign called a Brymph. So if you watched part one, we're just painting it now. I'm going to grab a piece of cardboard here. I'm going to get this paint. Oh, I got paint all over my thumb. Of course I did. And I'm just going to get a makeup brush. This is a +1 brush of brushing. And I'm just going to make sure I have some all over the bristles. And start painting. And I'm going to do everything in this dark brown to start out with. All I want to do is a zoom zoom and a boom boom. I got snakes on the plane. Now I did not get up underneath here with the silver, or cover up my silver. So all I'm doing is getting in there pretty good with that. A little more than I wanted to do on this coat. I wanted this to be more of a, I didn't really want to do his body either. But I'm covering up some of the silver is what I'm doing. Because I did not turn him upside down and spray him from underneath. So I'm covering some of that up with this. I didn't even base coat at the bottom of his arms. Poorly done. Poorly done. That'll learn me. Probably should just throw it away. It's actually kind of dumb looking anyways, but I think it'll work for what I want it to on them. So I'm not going to toss it. I wanted it to look kind of unnatural and weird, but this is kind of more than I had set out to do it. I didn't want it to look cartoony for sure, and it very much so does. I'm going to set my brush off to the side. I'm not done with that, and I'm going to hit him with a +2 hot air gun of burning and dry some of this up. I'm going to get that cardboard again. I'm getting a medium brown. A lot of silver showing underneath. Guess it won't matter that much in the grand scheme of the craft. But it's not what I wanted. Laziness and hurrying usually don't pay off super duper well, if I'm gonna be honest. Alright, now I'm gonna get a medium. This is just barely any lighter than that, but I think it's going to help give me some variation. And now I'm going to get something significantly lighter. But I'm going to set this off to the side first. And I'm going to hit him with the +2 hot air gun of burning. And then I get this significantly lighter brown. This is called Territorial Beige. Okay. And last but not least, I'm going to get yellow. This is called King's Gold. And this is actually not last. I just said last. It's not last. I lied when I said last because we're going to actually get this color called Granite Gray. And anytime you do like a yellow and then come back with something like this mixed with that yellow, you get a very weathered kind of look. Okay. I'm done with that brush for now. Let's get a medium-sized brush that's kind of flat and big that we can get a lot of coverage with. Oh, it's a little bit crusty and needs washed. Needs whooshed. There we go. That's the one. All right, let's get a green. So for my green I'm using, I'm getting this dark arbor green. Oh, that's way going to be a problem later on. Okay. Now I didn't want to get a bunch on the tree trunk part, on the log part, but that's okay that I did. It's not going to kill the craft, and we'll be able to come back later with some decoration and stuff and make it not matter as much. Now, I know you guys love magic items, so the +2 hot air gun of burning is perfect for this kind of thing. I'm going to get another big brush. Something now that I'm not going to use that big of a brush. Here we go. Something like this. I'm going to get a medium green. This is called Kelly green. We're going to get the +2 hot air gun burning. And I'm going to show off some more of my magic. And one last color of green, and this is going to shock you. I'm going back darker now. Yes, darker. This is called Ivy green. Cardboard, looking for cardboard. La 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 la. There's someone who owns as much cardboard as I do. You think I'd take the time to cut some of it up? Instead of constantly using it over and over again, I would cut some up, but I don't. Alright, so for this, I'm looking for a brush. There we go, something soft. I don't want anything that's too firm. Okay. And I don't want this everywhere, obviously, but That is not sturdy enough there, and I can't do a whole lot about it anymore at this point without doing some serious bad guy stuff to my miniature. So now I'm just going to get that green, since it's a little bit thin, and any silver that's still showing, I'm going to try to cover it up with that green. And that's mostly going to be underneath things, so it won't be drastic or destroy anything we've spent a lot of time on. I don't think I see any more silver poking out anywhere. So we should be okay now. All right. Before we start doing flock or anything, let's get a small brush and do his eyes. And to do his eyes, what I think I want to do, so I'm just going to get this antique white. It's an off-white. I'm going to hit his eyes with the plus 200 gun and burning. I'm going to red dot them both. Much paint. Then I'm just gonna get that olive drab color, that ivy green. Paint around his eyes and get the silly parts out. I'm going to get a bigger brush. And this is going to just be any touch-up work. Like there was a little bit of silver showing right there. I'm just going to clean that up real fast, just so that I don't want any silver showing. I don't think I see any more. Okay. It's like the third time I've seen silver though. All right, so no one knows when exactly the Brymph was created or took on its first inklings of magic. The Druids know that its offspring are becoming more prevalent, but that is the only information we really have. This is just Spanish moss that you buy in a bag of lumps. And I've had the same bag of this for probably, I don't know, 15 years maybe. No, probably like 12. I really don't use it that frequently though. Back in the bin. Oh, what's in that bin? Oh, okay, fall flock. All right, so for this, you can either use hot glue or just super glue or whatever you want to use for this. And this is floral moss. It's not the same as Spanish moss. So when you use this, you want to kind of find your pieces and clump them into a ball with the part you want stuck down. Then you just get your glob in there and make sure you don't have any spider webs attached. Shove this piece down in it as hard as you can and let it kind of naturally pop out how it goes. And that should be pretty sturdy, and you might have a couple little pieces to pull off. And this is a great use for this moss. It's very sturdy after you get it in there too. Some of them are a little stringier, like if you see this piece here is very stringy. So you want to really crumple that up super hard to do this kind of deal. And you want to make sure you get a lot of coverage on that. You don't want any spider webs on this part, like I said. And then this is, this floral moss is actually, I don't even think it's a moss. I think it's a lichen, if I'm not mistaken. That they just die, but I don't know that. All right, he's looking pretty green and colorful, but he's missing something. I don't know what. So what I want to do with mine is I'm going to get a little bit of clear glue and a toothpick, and I want to add a little of my bright green mossy flock to him in some spots. I'd like to add a little bit on his tail here. I think I'd like some up on his shoulder. Which arm was loose? Yeah, let's get some on that loose arm too. We're going to drag that all the way down in the front part of his arm. So hopefully that glue helps dry and sturdy him up. Let's see if there's any more little spots that could use some of that moss look. And we'll just hit them lightly with the glue, one spot at a time, so we don't lose track of where we're working. I did 2 after I told you to do 1. Okay, so that is my vile and terrible fey creature in one of his many forms he could be in, or she. Really, on something like this, it doesn't matter if it's a he or she. The Brymph can't reproduce besides, pardon me, asexually. So you can make it a male or a female, it wouldn't really matter, or non-sexual, or whatever you want, you know what I mean? Doesn't change much about him. But it's definitely, if you have a log, and I should probably make a log, if you have a log with some branches on it that's like rotting, and then they find that, and then they realize when it's too late that they've found the lair of the Brymph. Now, the Brymph propels himself with these, and as long as he's only using 2 of these tentacles for movement, he can use 2 of them for grappling. And then he has a bonus to grappling with his pinchers. He does not want to eat you normally. What he wants to do is he wants to wrap his arms around you and drag you up to his face and crush and suck the goo out of you as he crushes you, like the slime and the broken, busted pustules and blood vessels and stuff. That's what he wants to eat. He doesn't want to just like chew bone. He will, but that's not his goal. He wants easy eating. And then if he gets powerful, like for example, if he eats another player during the fight, or a creature or a companion or something, he's going to reproduce on the spot. So for 1 round, he's going to lay down like he's dead, and one's going to pop off him. And when it first comes off, it's just going to look like a gross tentacle with like an eye on it, and then it'll start to evolve into the Brymph mimics. So, I mean, this is kind of like one of those fights that you got to like have some ideas of what you're going to do. You don't want it to be a standard fight. You want it to be fun. He does have some fast healing, which makes him annoying, but acid or fire or something like that can stop the fast healing. Wherever you've cut him, it'll stop it from rehealing. And once he's taken over, I would say probably 20 points of damage for fast heal against his half dealing, he'll just stop fast healing at that point, I would guess. So if you like what I'm doing here, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon, leave me a comment, share it with a friend. Go to the website, buy some miniatures, and come to the Discord, hang out with us, paint minis, or play video games, or do some RPing, whatever it may be. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for giving me a chance. I know there's a lot of YouTube out there to watch, and I really do appreciate you choosing me. So thank you. Bye.